Hi, this is the Shitcoin Detective, and today we are going to take a look at something else. Helium. Helium is ranked number 77 on CoinMarketCap, has a market price of $10 and a market cap of $900 million. So this is their website. First thing that you should see is that they advertise themselves as the people-powered networks, powered by the Helium blockchain. The people's network represents yada yada yada. There is a new way to mine cryptocurrency. They have these wireless receivers which work on the LoRa network, and they're supposed to make you rich. How rich, you ask me? Well, you have to buy the miner. The miners needs to be approved by Helium Incorporated. The entire thing is run by a corporation called Helium Incorporated, and they received investments from a bunch of hedge funds and investment groups. But the promise here is that you buy the miner. This is the miner. You buy one of these boxes. There are now 5-6 of them, right? Let's take a look at how these miners work. So these miners work by receiving messages which are transmitted from sensors or devices on the LoRa network, and they're going to receive these messages and put them on the internet. All right. So this is the miner. Costs about $500, and whatever you ordered back in January might be shipping now. Now is the 23rd of May. It's been already delayed once from March till May, but today is the 23rd, so it's probably being delayed again. People didn't get their miners in time. So how's this mining getting paid off? So what happens here is there is something called data credit, right? This is the price per package that goes onto the network. So each time they have like a smart sensor, let's say, it sends a message, it arrives to the Helium network. One of the miners or two of the miners or several miners will receive it. And whoever wants to use this data, right, whoever is the owner of the sensor, like operating a smart network that will use this data from the sensor, is going to buy data credits and pay for the miners for operating the network, right? So this is the minting that's going to happen with the Helium network. So I think we are in this year, right? And we are going to the next year, the second year of the network, where they're minting 60 million heliums each year. So that's 5 million each month. Let's see how much value this network is generating. So this is their data credits that have been spent over the last 30 days. So this is the usage of the network. You're receiving messages, but if nobody wants to see those messages because they are not meant for the Helium network, they are meant for something else, you will still receive those messages and they will be stored. These are the messages that have been downloaded from the network. So in the last 30 days they downloaded 27 million messages. What does this mean? It means with the current data credit price that the network has generated $273 worth of value. This 0.6 gigabytes of data that has been transferred through the network has generated $273 worth of value. Alright, so let's calculate what's the realistic price for Helium. They generate $270 a year of volume that the customers are going to use, per month. Let's multiply that by 12 to get a year, $3,000 a year, and they're going to mint 60 million tokens each year, which means that the realistic price for the helium after minting is 0.0000054 dollars, and the current price of helium is $11. What does this mean? I think it means that the price of helium right now makes no sense whatsoever. But it doesn't stop here actually, it's get worse from here. But it doesn't end here. As you can see, this is a tokenomics. There's 34% assigned as security tokens. Now what this means is these are tokens that is going to Helium Incorporated. So they're minting 60 million tokens a year. The token price is about $10, which makes it $600 million minting every year, and 1/3 of it is going to Helium Incorporated. So they are filling their pockets by $200 million worth of tokens every year. $200 million for something that can generate $3,000 worth of value each year. Now, if you don't see where this is heading, you basically are supposed to buy the miner, wait half a year for it, and then the price of helium suddenly skyrockets with the number of miners that have been ordering. You ordered it in January, you still didn't get your miner, but in the meantime the price of helium went up considerably, because back in January it was somewhat reasonable, right? What I think happened is here on January, February, Helium Incorporated realized that there is no way that this business plan is going to pan out, because there is just no usage of their network. Their business practices make it impossible probably to make a contract with them. The only way to receive data from the network is by making a contract with Helium Incorporated and buying the data credits. You cannot just, it's not a permissionless network where you can receive data and you can buy data credits. No, you need to go into a contract with Helium Incorporated. So what happens here? You buy a miner, and Helium Incorporated spends that money to buy the tokens. You don't believe me? Well, let's take a look at the market for a second. So this is the chip which is used in the helium miner, the SX1301. This is a data concentrator chip for the Helium Network. It's for LoRa, made by Semtech. The price of this chip is $64, which is a scam by itself. I'm not going to go into details about this, but basically the price of this chip is way overpriced. And is there a stock for this chip? Well, look at that. There is 900,000 of these chips on stock. So let me ask you this. If there is a large number of these chips on stock, and DigiKey, Mouser, Avnet, and WindSource Electronics, then why are they shipping you the miner? So this is the market on CoinMarketCap. As you can see, this is Helium at number 44. It has a market cap of almost $900 million. Let's compare it to coins with similar market cap. What I want you to take a look is this one, the volume in the last 24 hours. So despite the large market cap, only $18 million have been transferred in the last 24 hours. But similar coins, they have a market volume of $700 million, $400 million, or a little bit less, $50-60 million. This one is $18 million. A Helium network doesn't have a wallet explorer. You don't know that of this 18 million heliums that has been ever produced, how much of it is locked up in a wallet of Helium Incorporated. I'm going to go ahead and say maybe 80-90% of the tokens is locked up. But Helium Incorporated has been spending your pre-order money to fill their pockets and buy back the Helium tokens. This is a Ponzi scheme. Alright, so this is one example of a miner that you absolutely have to purchase to be able to mine on the Helium network. You cannot use any open source or DIY miners. It costs $429. This is an indoor miner, you know, has probably a Raspberry Pi or something like in it. Costs $429. It's not a lot of money, you know. You can make $1,000 with it in a month. No, sorry, $10,000, whatever. Let's take a look at this. This is a Seed Studio, a Chinese company who is making electronics. This is a LoRaWAN gateway, including the chip that I just showed before, and maybe a different version of the chip which I showed you before. This LoRa gateway costs $98. So these two boxes are doing the same thing, right? It has an Ethernet port, you plug it into USB to power it. This one will convert LoRa messages into Ethernet, and this one will convert LoRa messages and send it through Ethernet. So let me ask you this question: why does this cost $429? I tell you why: because there is some profit on it. Some of the profit is going to be used to pump up the price of the Helium Net token. The rest of the profit will be pocketed, and you will never see your miner. Right, so this is the Telegram channel of the Helium network, and I want you to take a look at this message here. Due to high demand and over 200,000 back orders, WhatsApp are sold out but available for order. They have 200,000 back orders. Right, so this is another message. The user is talking about 100,000 pre-orders with REC. That we are already talking about 329,000 miners which are on pre-order. So 300,000 of these miners are on pre-order. We calculate with $400-500 pricing, and we can see the pre-orders are in a range of $150 million. Now the market cap for this is $910 million, but one third of it is always assigned to Helium Incorporated, so they don't have to buy their own tokens. And whoever knows a little bit about supply and demand and market, they can tell you that the market cap is not the value of all the tokens. That $50 million you can easily pump up the price of this token to this price levels or even higher. At this point, I am 100% certain that the pre-order that you're paying in euros, dollars, USDTs, or any other currency is not going to be spent on hardware, because the hardware is on stock. They would be able to make these boards if they really wanted to. What they are spending this money on is buying extra Helium tokens, pumping up the price, and taking more pre-orders, because the return of investment on these miners is insanely high. It's not going to last forever. If you have your miner, good for you. Make some money, sell the tokens as soon as possible. When you get them, sell it immediately, because the price of this Helium is going to crash. It's going to reach something like this. This is the realistic pricing for the token. $0.00000001. This is where the price of Helium will return, and whoever pre-ordered the miner is not going to receive the money back, and they are not going to receive their miners that they ordered. I hope you enjoyed this little bit extended video today. I'm sorry if you pre-ordered it, so you're probably out of your money. And hope I'm wrong about this. I hope the Helium network will be successful, because the idea is great. This has been the Shitcoin Detective, and stay safe and do your own research.